Have you been pranking people again, sub? You'll never stop being mischievous. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it and learn 20 traps to use when players are chasing you in Minecraft. Those Steves are hellbent on destroying you after you prank them, so you're gonna need to come up with some clever ways to trick, trap, and lure them to their deaths, confusing them while they chase you in a blind fit of rage. Get your running shoes on and let's sprint into it. Number 1. Starting off easy. If you're being chased, the first thing you'll want to do is analyze your surroundings. Figure out if there are any nearby structures, caverns, or areas you can hide in. Once you've spotted an area, get camouflaging. You can use all sorts of blocks and entities to hide yourself in Minecraft. If you're lucky, this is all it takes to get the chaser completely guessing where you've gone. They may run right by you and not even notice, giving you the perfect chance to slip away for good. Just make sure to crouch so they don't see your name. Number 2. Playing a bit of Skywars? Well, high up in the air, it can be a bit of a challenge if you run into another player. Not only are both of you at risk of falling, but there's barely anywhere to run, and mostly only one-block bridges scattered around. Steve is chasing you again, sub, but you've only got one-block bridges to run on. Why not use this to your advantage and turn around and place a block right in front of Steve, causing him to slip off the edge? You can even place 2 blocks on top of one another and destroy some of the bridge to make a gap. If Steve doesn't already fall, he'll break the blocks and jump over, only to fall once again. Number 3. When in doubt, dig a tunnel. It's what the game was made for after all. And what does a chasing player have to fear from a silly sub that's digging desperately through the dirt to escape rather than anything clever? Well, this actually is clever. I see what you're doing, sub. You're leading Steve into your tunnel so you can block him. Just dig one block down and swipe his legs with a sword. Number 4. Going down into the ground isn't always gonna work though, sub. Remember, not every player is a noob, so if you want to trap them mid-chase, you need to start thinking outside of the box. Terrain in Minecraft can be very unusual, but if you've intentionally dug a hole, players are gonna spot it easily. This hole totally didn't work, sub. It's right in the open desert too. Steve's now mocking you from above the sand. Sand that's held up by your torches. Ah, I see now. That's genius, sub. Talk about leveling the playing field. While sand is held up by torches, this channel is held up by the loyal viewers and people who contribute to the community by subscribing and returning to comment with lots of gameplay ideas. We do this all for you. Number 5. Oh no! You've reached a dead end, sub. What are you gonna do now? Steve's right on your back. Hopefully you did what I told you this morning and packed 2 buckets, one with lava, one with water. Wait, you didn't see that note? Duh, who cares? I'll spawn them for you. Now wait for the player to get close, then use some blocks to trap them in a corner. You only need a second, but right-clicking their head first with lava and then with water will create an obsidian block right on their head. No other way for their body to be pushed. They'll be left suffocating and freaking out, thinking of how they just became the new Han Solo. Number 6. Another number, another chase. And Steve is a little far away at the moment, giving you some time to figure out where to run. Oh, I see a mushroom biome over there. Perfect for the next entry. Find one of those giant mushrooms and craft some ladders out of sticks. Quickly place the ladders on the inner side of the mushroom and climb up quickly to hide. Just wait for Steve to pass on by, and you can jump down and get the drop on him. Number 7. Back in the desert again. You know you don't have to set up sand to fall. It can spawn naturally with no other blocks underneath. This can be random, but easy to spot if you're observant. Find a patch of updated sand and create a staircase going up to a sky base. Creating this is an illusion. Go down underground and make the hole even bigger. Carve out a nice area for the player to fall into. Finally, get a chase, and as you move over the sand patch, place a pressure plate. The plate will trigger and the sand will destroy itself, causing the player to drop to their imminent demise. Number 8. Got another water bucket lying around? This one's another easy method. Just turn and drop a bit of water as the player chases, and this will cause them to be pushed back. Just keep your blocky fingers crossed that they don't have a bow. Number 9. If you have some more time to create a trap and really want loot, you may want to intentionally start a chase and get the player into an area where you can safely kill them. Use a player head atop a stone wall. This is going to be your lure. Players will assume this is an AFK player that didn't dig deep enough into the sand, when really, it's right above a huge drop that you've created with unupdated sand. Dig another hole down and create a trench around the trap with a half-block space for you to hit the player. Finally, place signs on the wall so players won't be able to hit, instead breaking the signs as they get beat up. Number 10. Another longer setup. Dig into a random mountain and make a tunnel filled with dispensers. They'll need some arrows to pack a punch. Maybe even consider some tipped arrows. Fill the hull with pressure plates and go find a player. Lead the player into the cave. At first it'll look like a regular tunnel, but once they enter, they'll soon realize that as you walked over the plates, you triggered delayed dispensers to shoot at them. Number 11. Back on those one-block bridges, it looks like Steve is trying to get over to you. Wait until he jumps. Place a wooden door on the edge of the block. This will create a barrier that will completely stop his momentum and send him plummeting into the void. Number 12. Steve's finally made it over to your bridge. You could run, or you could finally turn around and fight your battle sub. That's right, equip a weapon. Wait, no, that's a pick. Oh, you're just going to mine the block from underneath him. I guess that works too. Number 13. Find an entrance to a mine shaft and choose a block right near the entrance. Dig really far down, right to Bedrock if you want to, and then fly out of the hole with an elytra and fireworks. Cover the hole up again and craft some stone slabs. Get into a chase with a player, and then lead them to the entrance of the cave. Once the player stops at the wall and stands on the block, mine it and they'll drop right down to their death. Number 14. This one will need some feather falling boots. Build a giant staircase and hit a player to get a chase. Lead them all the way up the staircase and destroy the platform beneath the both of you to fall, and hopefully for you to survive right next to your huge pile of loot. Number 15. Steve's getting the upper hand this time. Equip a splash potion of slowness and throw it behind you. There's no possible way that the player can deflect this entity, giving you a chance to sprint to freedom. Number 16. Go to a ravine and find a ledge. Place some ladders all along the wall. If you try to place blocks on ladders, they'll be placed on the adjacent block behind you. Use this to your advantage by running away from a player and heading down to your ravine. Then place down a block when they think you're facing away and stop them completely once again. Number 17. Perhaps you just don't have the time to set up some really complex trap. If the player's hot on your heels, you'll need something that can pack a little more punch, and a lot quicker. Consider running down into a cave, or by a surface lava pool. If you're lucky, you'll be able to swipe yourself a bucket full just in time, but try not to let the other player see. They won't know what hit them, and they'll be so confused as they burn that you'll have just enough time to get away. Number 18. Minecarts can be especially useful when it comes to escaping a sticky situation. No, don't just sit in an empty minecart sub, that never works. For this, you need a TNT minecart. Find a cave near the surface and dig a one-block tunnel. Wire up some redstone and link it to a pressure plate right in the middle of the cave. Finally, add your minecart so that it will be propelled into the cave pathway once triggered. Time for a chase. Lead them through the cave, trigger the plate, and away the cart goes, exploding any hopes and dreams that they had of catching you. Number 19. Let's get tricky. You're being chased again, sub? Really? Well, grab a shovel and dig downwards once more. This time, create a really long tunnel so that you lure the player down to follow you. Replace the blocks behind you as you dig, so the player won't be able to see your name when you crouch. Next, dig around them. Place a piston and trigger it to push a stone block into the tunnel where they're digging, suffocating them instantly. Number 20. We started simple, so let's end it that way. You see all those trees? Yeah, there's an awful lot of them in Minecraft. So much so that players walk by hundreds and hundreds every day without batting an eyelid. You want a good hiding spot? A tree's the answer. If you're carrying a strong enough axe, not only can you chop down the trunk, you can also rebuild it just in time for the leaves not to despawn. While up there, wait it out, and the chaser should be baffled, almost like you went missing in a spooky forest. Well, never fear. The spirits haven't taken you, sub. Maybe punch some leaves to attract their attention, and once they start cutting down, drop down and get the kill.